Well, hello, everybody. I was going to say happy Wednesday, but happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. We don't normally stream on Fridays, but here we are. Ava was not able to... How do I want to word this? Ava is out living her life, which I love. So we decided to stream instead of an edited video. So what is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bies. I'm a certified personal trainer and a fitness nutrition specialist, also working on level 1 precision nutrition certification as well. That is a mouthful. And, unfortunately, I was in multi-level marketing for 13 and a half years and healed my way out. And now here we are debunking all of the misinformation, the predatory behavior, the wellness grifters, and, of course, people in multi-level marketing. I think we all know why we're here, right? So on Wednesday, when we were streaming, we were talking about Trilivy, which is a rebrand of Optavia, which is a rebrand of Medifast. Yeah, I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I have so much information that when I was talking with some of the members yesterday and trying to figure out how I could put this all together. Originally, the plan was just to do comp plan. I literally have, I don't want to say everything, but darn near everything when it comes to Trilivy. I spent the majority of yesterday afternoon downloading, saving, screenshotting. So if you're a content creator and you would like some information, I'll gladly share anything you guys want, because I would venture to say that that's probably not going to be publicly available for much longer. You know what I mean? Anyways, how are you guys? What is up? Yes, make sure that you are in live chat and the stream is licked. Please and thank you. I appreciate you guys. Lushy, what is up? Put me in timeout. Everybody's in timeout today, especially Trilivy. Anyways. Doing better than you were yesterday. Good, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay. So, hey, what's going on? We have a lot to talk about. I'm going to need your help to guide this. We're going to put up some polls. There's going to be a lot of interaction. So I hope you have your favorite snacks. I hope you have your favorite crispy Dr. Pepper Zero. You know I have one. We'll pour it here in just a few minutes. I feel like we should start this off with a video. Now, let's put our first poll up. Do we want to do... I don't know if I'm going to be able to play these. We'll try it. Yeah, we'll try it. Do we want to do a... kick it off with a pilot video? Or a... Let me look at my folder. There's so many moving parts on this, you guys, so just bear with me. Do we want to do a pilot video? Or we can do kind of an overview of their reset, refine, renew. And if this gets demonetized, I don't care. I do not care. So pilot or, I guess pilot or overview. Let me put up a poll real quick. If I can type properly. Okay. Pilot, overview. All right, we got the poll up. Perfect timing for a study break. I love that. I hope studying is going well. Let me close this out. Get your vote on, everybody. While we're doing that, I'll go ahead and pour my Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream. I feel like it's been a while since I've had a strawberries and cream on stream. That rhymes. Not intentional. But anyways, let's get into it. It was okay. Also, I have a new desk that is sitting right over there. I was nervous about moving all the wires and changing things before the stream, so I was like, we'll do it later. Oh, I forgot how good this smells. Oh, so good. Like the first version of a show. Yeah. Alani, new cotton candy and leftover chicken dumplings. Oh, that sounds good. Considering making coffee, but at 12 at night. Very crispy. The pour. Yep. Oh man, we are tied here. Well, close to it. 54% currently for the pilot video, 46% for an overview. Oh man, the battling that's happening right now. So get your vote on real quick. I'll close the poll and then we'll watch it together. It looks like it's going to be a pilot video. So my next question, let me get into the stream scene here. Let's just go with what I lovingly like to refer to her as a friend of the channel. And that's going to be, her name is Angela. And Angela Hall. Let me review, let me fix this one moment. That is very big. Sorry, guys. When I debunked her, Angela Hall here had a whole lot to say about me. Specifically, that she thought clearly I needed Optavia at the time. She did not like that I was debunking Optavia at the time. Now Trilivy. So I figure let's start here, right? So this is Angela. Let me actually make sure the audio is matching. Give me just 1 second.
To the doctor when I turned,
it's a little loud.
50, you got to have all these checkups done, and they couldn't believe how.
Okay. The doctors couldn't believe how healthy I was. Okay. All right. I think it's been several weeks since I've covered Angela. And the last time that I did, I feel like she was, from the sounds of it, in my opinion, having some issues with making food decisions, being able to, how do I want to word this? Let me just say restrictive eating. I think that's the best way to say that. And where was I going with that? Hold, please. I found it really interesting that she's somebody that, and I think there was mention of addiction. There was just a whole bunch of things that were going on in the video. Something about not being able to drive past Dairy Queen, which, by the way, as your friend, everybody, if you have a Dairy Queen near you, I highly suggest the S'mores Blizzard. Worth it. It's delicious. I digress. I think I remember her saying that she had a hard time driving past Dairy Queen, and when she did, or when she didn't drive, she would get like 2 desserts, which, whatever. Eat the dessert. Enjoy the dessert, as long as you don't have like allergies or your doctor hasn't advised you to not have them. Awesome. Include all food groups, right? And yeah, so that's Angela. I guess that's the background that you need to know. The thing that I find interesting as I was pulling some of these videos was you couldn't tell, and you'll see here in just a second, you couldn't tell if the story is on Optavia or the new rebrand, meaning the testimonial, as we'll see several, you can't tell whether they're talking about Optavia or Trilivy. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Healthy I was, and I'm really proud of that. My name is Angela Hall, and I'm part of the 3.0 pilot program.
Now, what is the pilot program? Well, that is a group of individuals. I believe some are clients and some are distributors or coaches in the company that tested this new system, this new 3-part system. And maybe the next video we go to is kind of an overview. They have reset, renew, restore, I believe is the name of the system. Reset is the 5-in-1 or the 4-2-in-1 or whatever. Then you have probably some sort of a maintenance program, and then they focus on building muscle. And here's the thing, you can lose fat and build muscle at the same time. People do it every day. I know, it's crazy. So you don't have to have necessarily these phases where you're focused on fat loss by eating in an extreme calorie deficit and having 5 fuelings a day, which are like 100 calorie packs or like 7 kernels of popcorn, 5 times a day, and then a lean and green meal at the end of the day while setting timers throughout the day to eat every 2 hours. That must be exhausting. And I think that's probably why people don't stick to it, because it's restrictive and it's not set up for things to be sustainable. I digress. I just wanted to throw that out there.
2022, I ended up losing my oldest son in a motorcycle accident. I felt like I was catapulted off of this world and
I can't imagine what she went through, losing her son. And I think that is awful.
Tethered outside of the world, and just like everything was a blur, and I felt like I had to learn how to live again.
See, now when you're including this grief and this tremendous loss into a pitch, it is manipulative. It's emotionally manipulative because it's like a dog whistle to other people that have experienced any kind of loss and are experiencing grief. Like, oh, this is what is going to help pull me out of this. Therapy, speaking with a professional. I really hate when there are these types of manipulations that are involved in a pitch for an MLM product or program. I think it's absolutely vile.
I ended up gaining some weight back, and I kind of felt like I didn't know how to get back to the
Thank you so much.
program and how to move forward from that. My coach, Becca Tinter, nominated.
Becca Tinter, girl. Becca's married to Kevin, who gets really offended by kazoos in an audience, as we saw on DC's channel, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to DC, I have her linked in the video description. She does all my thumbnails and shorts. She's an incredible human, so go and subscribe to her channel and support her as well. He hates kazoos. Imagine being a grown man and being upset by the sound of a kazoo in the audience at a convention. That's wild.
Me for the pilot plan, and since then I've lost 14 more pounds. I went down 3 points in my visceral fat. I lost 6% body fat, and I went from 53 to 49 in my metabolic age. You can't do this by yourself. You can't diet in the dark.
Well, and that's why you can work with professionals, registered dietitians, people with nutrition credentials, certified personal trainers that can help you with nutrition and what to eat, when to eat, how, and why, in addition to what you should be doing safely based on your body, your goals, any limitations, things of that nature. You don't have to partner with an MLM company, become a client or a coach, which I hate that they use that term because these people don't know what they're doing. Before any of the Trilivy people or the Optavia people come at me and they're like, yeah, but we get certified. Please. The test that you're going to be taking online, the 100 question test, I probably know more about this test than these Trilivy people do. Be so for real right now. Also, who is this test through? Oh, Trilivy. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Like the coach, the community, the education.
Strawberries and cream, of course. That's my vote.
Is the key part to this, and I could have gone down the road of grief where I was depressed and sad and went back into a little hole and gained all my weight back.
Why are those two things included in this pitch? Grief is really intense and valid when you are dealing with loss. And also, definitely outside of my scope of practice, I'm not qualified to speak on that, which is why you should speak with a therapist, somebody that is licensed and qualified to help you with processing that grief and allowing yourself to feel those things. Why is this in a pitch? And if you're grieving, why are we focusing on weight loss? Let's focus on processing and attempting to heal, because with a loss like that, how do you even heal that? You know what I mean? But let's focus on ourselves, and we'll worry about the weight loss later. Let's focus on being able to get through the day as a functioning human before we're worried about weight loss. in that situation. Obviously, that's just my opinion, but my God.
Curtis would have been so mad at me and so upset if I would have went the other way. It's been a beautiful journey. I feel like now I can move forward in life, and I feel like now, like, I know he would be really proud of me.
Trilivy. Okay, so that's the first one. I feel like now we should go into the overview so we can see exactly what we're talking about. And then maybe from there, well, let me not get ahead of myself. Let's grab the overview. And today is going to be kind of chaotic, guys, and I apologize, but honestly, there is so much information. Normally, I really do try to put together a cohesive story, but if you guys were to see my folder and what I have in it, you'd be like, where to even start? Exactly. So let's go to, I have a cat here. Let's go to the overview. Oh, wait. Let me grab this. I do have another Angela video as well. Oh, here it is. I apologize for the chaos, but just bear with me here. Okay.
Metabolic health is the foundation of optimal well-being. When this system is under strain, it affects how we feel and function every day. Weight gain, midday energy crashes, brain fog, and more. Reverse metabolic dysfunction with a
I probably should have removed the background music.
comprehensive system backed by more than 40 years of scientific and clinical.
If you're watching the replay and there's no music on this, it's probably because I had to mute it. Just FYI, but they have captions on here, so I apologize.
Heritage. Trilivy's metabolic health system utilizes its breakthrough science of metabolic synchronization to reset metabolism, bringing your body's energy use, fat burn, and muscle preservation into harmony, helping you look, feel, and live better.
You can do all of that without being a part of a multi-level marketing company. For all the reasons I've already said.
Our 3-phase guided journey starts with the reset phase, clinically proven to reverse
Clinically proven. Do I want to spill the tea about this clinical study now, or do we want to wait? Because I have a lot to say. I have the study. We can look at it, as I did with the members yesterday, as I was collecting information, and it's quite eye-opening. I think we'll do that next.
Function, reset metabolism, and build the foundation for optimal health through
Resetting metabolism. Now that is an interesting term. Please define that. What does that even mean?
healthy, quality weight loss. But transformation doesn't stop at weight loss. That's where phase 2, refine, comes in, setting you up to improve metabolic flexibility and refine body composition.
Metabolic flexibility. Your body, your metabolism is already flexible. That's the whole design of the metabolism. Energy balance. Sometimes we have more energy because we're consuming more food. Other times we're not eating as much. And so our body pulls from the glycogen stores and breaks it down into glucose so that we can use it as fuel. That is the whole point of your metabolism, is energy balance from food and activity. Oh my God.
Position with a focus on building muscle. Then it's on to phase.
You can lose weight. Let me be specific. You can lose body fat and build muscle at the same time. That's called body recomposition. You can do those things at the same time.
3, renew. Built around continued optimization of metabolic health and supporting health span for long-term vitality. Because the ultimate goal isn't simply losing weight, it's living well for years to come.
Right. And how do you live well for years to come? Well, one of those things is to definitely make sure that you are building on your muscle mass, for sure. Dropping body fat, building muscle mass so that we can sustain these daily activities that we're doing, whether it's, reaching up into a cabinet or reaching back or putting your seatbelt on or, just squatting down. If you drop something or if you fall, being able to get back up. That is the whole point of being able to, how do I want to word that? The whole point is being able to sustain daily activities independently as long as we can in a healthy and safe way as we get older. I don't know why they have these phases. I mean, I do, because, you know, marketing and multi-level marketing, you know.
Plus, every phase of your journey, 3 powerful components work.
Is it weird that I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in probably 20 years, and as soon as I tasted it, I remember the taste? That's cool, Jenna. I would also love to know this. What do we mean by metabolic health? Yeah, seems to be the current catchphrase. Yes.
Together to support your needs, science and products, metabolic health formulas, recipes, supplements, and more, all designed and developed by experts, coach, and community. The type of support that can't be manufactured or replicated by bots,
Oh, look, that was Gina Eccles and her husband.
algorithms, or copycats.
Copycats? Who's trying to copy Trilivy? Not me. Oh, no, no, no. I'm going to teach my clients how to build a complete plate, typically using the hand method, where this, your palm, the palm of your hand is protein. This, a cupped hand, is your carbs. This is the amount of fat, just your thumb right here, this little bit, the amount of fat on your plate. And then this is a vegetable. And what do? We cater that for my clients' activities. Everybody is going to be a little bit different. Everybody has different level of activities when it comes to their jobs, their workout programs that I've scheduled for them, and their goals. So you take that idea and you adapt it for each client. But see, here's the thing. When you're teaching people to do that and you have the nutrition credentials to do that, eventually they're going to get that on their own. They're going to get it, and they're going to be able to adapt that for themselves. And that is a beautiful thing. When we're talking about MLM companies or these wellness grifters online that are like, here's your structured meal plan, and they're selling one size fits all meal plans to people online, they are creating dependency. The most powerful thing that you can do as a nutrition and a fitness coach is to teach people how to do it on their own. That is incredible. I feel like I'm yelling. I'm sorry.
Built on real relationships and proven to drive better outcomes, like losing up to 10 times more weight and 17 times more fat.
Now, these statistics are quite interesting. 10 times more weight, 17 times more fat loss. But the time period is a 16-week study on, I believe it was 198 people that were participating in the study. So they studied them for 16 weeks and that's it. What happened after the 16 weeks? Did they maintain? Did they continue to lose weight if that was something that them and their doctor were like, hey, we just need to continue losing some more weight? Did they gain the weight back? I would love to know what happened with these people after 16 weeks. And we'll get into the study here shortly.
Habits of health and...
Wait a second. Do we have a new member? Welcome. And I have a tank top on? Stop. Did I do shoulders today? No, I did glutes. But welcome. I am so excited that you chose to join us, and thank you for the support.
Evidence-based, proprietary educational framework for creating healthier...
So it's a new company, but they're using the same habits of health. Interesting.
Lasting habits. Unlock a body that works better over...
There was a comparison group. You know what the comparison group was? People that put themselves on a self-guided calorie deficit. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
Time with a 3-phase metabolic health system backed by science with decades of real-world outcomes.
Ugh. Okay, anyways. So that's the overview. 3 phases. Probably the first one is the 5-in-1, lose a bunch of weight because you're in an extreme calorie deficit. Then you focus on eating, I would imagine, some kind of maintenance, you know, where you go from the 5-in-1 to the 4-in-2, I think it is, or the 5, I don't remember. They have several different things. And then, of course, now they're going to focus on in the 3rd phase, building muscle, when you can do that in the 1st phase. In fact, you can do that all at the same time. I do it every day with my clients. Like, come on. Anyways, let's talk about the study, shall we? Let me pull this up. Give me just a second. I feel like I should play some elevator music. Tell on myself. Hold on. I think I forgot to put the study in here as well. Well, that didn't last long. That's okay. Hold on. Let me get it. Remember when I told you that this was going to be a bit chaotic? Yeah. Here we are. Okay, I'm going to include the link to this in the chat, and then I will make sure that I update the video description after the fact. So let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. Hide this, window capture. Okay, and this, let me adjust this. 1 moment. I should make presets so that I can just click a button and be like, oh, this is for sharing. That would be real smart, wouldn't it? Okay, so this is from PubMed. And we'll go with it like this. All right, this is the study that people in Optavia love to, well, Trilivy now, love to brag about. And this is it says randomized controlled trial assessing 2 commercial weight loss programs in adults with overweight or obesity. And you can see all of the people that were involved in it, and the objective: lifestyle interventions remain the cornerstone for obesity treatment. Commercial programs offer one weight loss approach, yet the efficacy of few such programs have been rigorously investigated. The purpose of the study was to evaluate the efficacy of 2 commercial weight loss programs, both utilizing pre-portioned meal replacements, MRs, and different levels of behavioral support compared to a self-directed control diet in adults with overweight and obesity, And the methods in this 16-week study: participants were randomized to the extremely low calorie 5 and 1, which is 800 to 1,000 calories a day, with telephone coaching, the reduced calorie Medifast, the 4, 2, and 1 self-guided plan, or a self-directed reduced calorie control diet. Differences in weight, body composition, DEXA, and body circumferences, all measured monthly, were assessed by analysis of covariance with sex and baseline measures as covariates. Okay. Results of 192 participants randomized: 80.8% female, BMI 34.2, 45.7 years. I'm assuming that's the average of all of the participants. 92.3% completed the study. The OPT, which are the Optavia people, and the Medifast groups had significantly greater reductions in body weight. Well, if you are eating an extreme, in my opinion, an extreme calorie deficit, of course you're going to lose weight. Of course you are. They had significantly greater reductions in body weight, fat and abdominal mass, and waist and hip circumference than the control at 16 weeks. Weight change was correlated with MR usage, which are the meal replacements, and completion of coaching support calls. Both structured commercial programs were more efficacious than a self-directed reduced calorie diet for weight loss and other anthropometric, that is a mouthful, measures. Evidence-based commercial programs can be an important tool to help adults with overweight and obesity lose clinically relevant amounts of weight. Let's talk about this, right? Because this really pisses me off for a number of reasons. Number one, if you're going to do a study, why not do a study where you're comparing Optavia 5 and 1 or Medifast to something like Weight Watchers? Why are we self-directing a calorie deficit when the whole point is to compare it to somebody that is working with some kind of a coach? They're already set up for Optavia and Medifast to look better than they actually do, in my opinion. There's a couple other things that we'll get to here in a second, but let me run through the comments really quickly. You could always just reply with a link to one of Erin's videos. If somebody is trying to pitch you Trilivy, I highly suggest you do that. Send them this, by the way. You know, just as a thought. Yeah. Let me get through the comments here. That's how they speak about it in nutrition science. Yeah. I know it seems a little odd, but that's yeah. It was published in a legit journal, but hold tight because we're going to get there. So if you're going to do a short study, 16 weeks, and keep in mind, I'm pretty sure the disclaimer when it comes to this company that they have at the bottom of all of their information, all of their videos and such, it says not to do it more than 12 weeks. So the study was for 16 weeks, which is fascinating. But what happens after the 16 weeks after that, and then after that, and then after that? It would be fascinating for them to do some kind of a follow-up and see where these people are today. I would venture to say, in my opinion, that those people probably gained all the weight back and then some. Because if you are eating in such a restrictive way that you can't enjoy food, you can't enjoy social activities, you can't enjoy the culture of food and the joy and how good eating is for your mental health, you're probably not going to stick with it. Because how could you? You're eating 800 to 1,000 calories a day. I mean, I talk with a lot of my clients, not a lot of them, but I talk with some of my clients and they're like, I'm just so hungry at the end of the day. And then we look at how many calories they've consumed throughout the day. And some of them have not had enough calories. And that's why they're so hungry at the end of the day. Imagine what it feels like to take in 800 to 1,000 calories a day on the Optavia 5-in-1. So I'd love to see a long-term checkup, a longer study where they are comparing something like Weight Watchers to, I mean, Weight Watchers I'm not a fan of, but do you know what I'm saying? A coached program versus a coached program. Let's be real legit about this. And speaking of legit, let me get back into this. Do you see this part right here that says conflict of interest statement? These people that were involved as the scientific, I was going to say scientific board, but the researchers that were involved in this clinical study, do you see here that Dr. Arterburn, Mr. Coleman, Ms. Keel, and Mr. Fry report personal fees from Medifast during the study? Dr. Kelly, Dr. Mantilla, Ms. Senashi, and Dr. Cook reported personal fees from Biofortis during the study. So already we have a conflict of interest. Already we have somebody, or we have a study that was done like, hey, working with a coach, we're going to compare it to people that we just put on a calorie deficit and they monitor themselves. Do those people have any kind of nutrition experience? No. So they're already skewing this to make Medifast and Optavia, in my opinion, to look better than what they are. So when you see these people that are talking about this study, oh, it's clinically proven. Is it? Or did you just skew the data and pay the people to do the study to make it look better than it is? Because that sure is what it looks like to me, in my opinion. Anyways. Well, if they did a legitimate study, they would look terrible. Right. And a long-term study and all the things that I've already talked about. But I was very excited to look at this with you guys because this is something that the people in Optavia and now Trilivy are going to reference and continue to reference, but we just debunked it. Short period of time. Yeah, anyways. How could they sleep on, right? Yeah, good sleep is good for weight loss. It's good for everything. It's good for brain function. It's good for performance. It's good for, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I know I'm just not doing spoilers. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the this study. I know exactly how this meal plan feels. Ugh, I hate that you feel that, that. I wish that it wasn't like that. I'm so sorry. All right, so let me close this out and let's see what else we've got. Let's put up another poll. So that's a study. I feel like we should maybe get into the comp plan, because one of the things that I was wondering myself was, well, how does this comp plan compare to the Optavia comp plan? Because is this just a rebrand, but the comp plan is the same, or is it a completely new comp plan? So let me find it. Hold on one second. Is this it? Okay. Integrated. Okay, this is Optavia's comp plan. Let me find there it is. Okay, let's look at Optavia first. And let me just warn you guys, this is 26 pages. We're not going to go through all 26 pages. If you would like me to send you these, let me know and I can do that. But for the sake of time we're not going to go through everything, okay? Oh, and my coach conveniently helped with my bridal shower too. What? What do you mean? Oh, I was sucked in. Oh, I missed this part, Lushy. I was sucked into this diet in preparation for my wedding, which meant I couldn't do cake testing or sample the venue food. Then my coach sat at my table at my wedding. Are they still in Optavia? Oh my God. Seems awfully shady when fees are involved. Right. That's terrible. Also, thank you, Scooter. I appreciate that so much. Oh, I have to go to this. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Yep, as a person who survived on 2 hours of sleep a night for a year, it's beyond torture. HRT was necessary. I'm so glad that you found the answers with your doctor that helped you. All right, let's go to window capture. Whoops, turned off my own camera. Good God. Okay, window capture, and we want... this. Oh, it's at the top. I was like, what? Okay. So this is the comp plan. I have it open in Adobe Acrobat Reader. This is their comp plan, effective January 1st, 2026. And let's go through it. Okay. 3 ways to, this is important right here. 3 ways that you can earn income. Team building income to reward business coach competency. Competency. Good God. Let me have some more caffeine. Competency. Good God. Leadership development income to reward business leader competency. Related to 3 earnings opportunities are 9 different avenues of earning income. That part's going to be important. 9 different ways to earn income. And if there's one thing that I have talked about on my channel often, it's we will see these companies that say, oh, you can get paid 10 different ways. 3 of those ways oftentimes are off of selling to customers. 7 of those ways, as an example, is how you get paid off of having a team and or recruiting activities. And I think that that is important to point out, because Optavia tries to make it sound like, oh, well, we're so different. And Trilivy now is also trying to make it sound like it's so different. But I believe there's only 1 or 2 small changes that they've made to the comp plan. So let's look at this real quick. So you have client acquisition and support. So selling to customers, and those customers buy, the different fuelings and the different supplements and things of that nature. Number 2, coach sponsoring and team building, which is an accelerator assist bonus, team growth bonus, fully integrated business coach bonus. Number 3, leadership development. So that's when somebody hits executive director, they get a generation bonus. Elite leadership bonus. Those are the 3 different ways that you get paid. Now, if we look at this, it already kind of shows a pattern. 4 of those bonuses at the top, which the Coach Accelerator bonus, we'll talk about that here shortly. But 4 of these 9 different ways that you get paid are from customers. One of them is kind of a gray area in my opinion. So, but they have it listed here. So 4 of those are based off of customers, getting customers, things of that nature. And then 5 are based off of recruiting, having a team, or that team member promoting to executive director. I've talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again. When I was in multi-level marketing and I was following Eric Worre, there were trainings where he said, figure out what your core rank is in the company and then build a team of people at that core rank. And in my opinion, with Optavia and now Trilivy, that is executive director. So they are going to push hard for people to hit executive director because that's where a lot more bonuses unlock, if you will, leadership bonuses. Unlock rank promotion bonuses, things of that nature. So already with the Optavia comp plan, we're seeing of 9 different ways. 4 are based off of customers. One of those is kind of a gray area because it's paid to the coach. And then you have 5 that are based off of recruiting and having a team. So it's already more skewed. It's not balanced where it would be like half and half, where half of it is based off of customers and supporting customers and continued orders and things of that nature. And the other half is off of team, having a team, recruiting, things of that nature. So yeah, okay, that's what I want to say there. Let me catch up on some of the comments because I know I'm running my mouth a whole lot today. I don't think so. She hasn't talked about it since that big change. Good. Yeah, I forgot that they did change the comp plan like a year ago. That's awful though. I'm so sorry that you went through that. Hey, Abby, we haven't got there yet. So this is the Optavia comp plan, but we'll get to that in just a second. I don't even think Chemist Warehouse here has stocked it since they rebranded from Medifast to Optavia. Well, that's good news. She was my preschool Head Start teacher. Oh man, that is twisty. That's really twisty. Yes. Here's the PDF. I just wanted to mention that about the core rank. Okay. So these are the ways that you get paid off of this is the different type of volume, which was a question that I had when I was going through the new comp plan with Trilivy because they have changed some of the terms. I think they have FQV, which I think is frontline qualifying volume. And then they have GQV, which I think is group qualifying volume. So this is where they define the terms: compensation volume, CV, qualifying volume, QV, and you can actually see on the right side over here on the bottom, a coach's group GQV. So that clears that up. They, in my opinion, make this as complicated as possible so that people feel silly if they have questions. And I think that is so disgusting. Do you know that there are people that their whole job is to write comp plans? Right. Unreal. Okay. Here we have the breakdown. Oh yeah, FQV, frontline qualifying volume. So I think I was correct if they didn't change that term. So if you have less than 1,200 in FQV, frontline qualifying volume, you're making 15% commission on the selling of the product. I do also have the product breakdown that shows the points and such that you get. And if I may, I do think that the commission is based off of the points that are assigned. I could be completely wrong, but as I was previewing this stuff, it really looks like you make, and I could be wrong, I don't think you make 15% of the retail sales. I think it's 15% of the points. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Oh, is this why Doug was was going to pay someone $10,000 if they beat him. Yeah, and he was talking about people beating him to the rank of global, which is fascinating to me. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I want to, like, I guess this is kind of a deep dive. Let's just keep going. Okay, the coach, see this gray box? I think this is the client or the coach bonus that was under the client section that I was saying was kind of a gray area as far as whether this was based off of client activities or more on the recruiting or team side. So let's just read this really quick. Optavia knows how important it is to get off to the right start with your new Optavia business. Therefore, to reward new coaches who get on the fast track to success, this sounds like a fast start bonus, we offer a special bonus. As a new Optavia coach, you have the opportunity to earn $250 when you develop at least 5 new frontline clients who each order at least 275 personal qualifying volume in a month. New coaches can earn CAB or Coach Accelerator bonus monthly in their first 3 months as a coach. This is a fast start bonus. The tricky part and why it's in the gray area for me is because this is based off of, it's based off of customers, but it's just kind of a gray area for me. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Okay, and these are the ranks. They have changed some of the ranks. Didn't you say the comp plan was like 32 pages? That's 32 pages too much. Right. She doesn't come up on their Find Your Coach widget. Thank goodness. I hope that she got away from them, honestly, and is healing, because I can't imagine being on the inside of this. Prove It was enough. I can't imagine being a part of this, you know? Okay, now see this first sentence? See this right here? In order to maximize the earning opportunity with Optavia, a coach must build and mentor coach teams. See, the interesting part about that is people in Optavia will say, oh, you don't have to recruit. We don't get paid off of recruiting. Really? Then why is that statement on your comp plan in bold? In order to maximize, let me get the exact wording. In order to maximize the earning opportunity with Optavia, a coach must build and mentor coach teams. Right. So these are the different ranks. These are the bonuses that their upline would get when they promote to these different ranks. Notice the shape of that. Okay, you guys get it. All right, this is probably just an example here. And another example. A business coach has reached a level of mastery. I think they did get rid of this, which is fully integrated business coach, FIBC. And this is when a qualified executive director achieves 6,000 in frontline qualified volume, 5 qualified senior coach teams, and 15,000 in group QV in a monthly bonus period. A business coach who meets these qualifications for 3 consecutive months will be paid a $1,000 bonus. So this is based off of recruiting and having a team. Executive director generation bonus. Again, this is part of the 5 things that are based off of having a team and or recruiting. Here's another example. Notice how why didn't they, put a person up here? They just put the title. Probably because it may have looked more like a pyramid. This is the percentage that you get paid off of having a team and them. This is the downline payout. What page are we? We're on page 14. I've seen enough. We don't need to go through all of this. Let's now compare the Trilivy, now that we've kind of caught the taste, if you will, of what the comp plan looks like. Let me adjust this now to the Trilivy. And let's see if there's anything different, because they're trying to make it seem like this is a brand new company. And maybe they have, because they did file a trademark in January of this year for Trilivy. Maybe they, business structure wise, this is a new company, but a new company for me means new products, you know, a completely new comp plan. And when I was reviewing this, I'm not really sure that I saw a ton of changes in the comp plan. So this is the Trilivy comp plan. And this is 23 pages. Also, yeah, quiet part out loud. I love when that happens too. I once worked with someone who said they were a fitness coach and almost signed up, only realized months later they were in Optavia. Oh, God, thank God you're no longer working with them, or didn't work with them. I laughed so hard at them putting the pyramid structure in circles. I mean, anything to get away from the stigma, right? Also, hi, Lavender Rain. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. I love it when they try to say recruiting is so easy. Just go out there and recruit. Yeah. Copy and paste. Yep. All right, let's look through it. I love the disclaimer at the bottom. Wait, they have an income disclosure statement for Trilivy already? Now, how does that work? Hold on, I'm going to pull that up. Give me just 1 second. That was something that I missed before. Because if it's a new company, how could they have a comp plan or an IDS already? Okay, there's nothing linked to these yet. So that's interesting. Okay, parts 3 and 4. Okay, got it. So I don't even think they have this completely filled in yet. Oh no, just checked and he's still there. Yikes. Compensation for team building. Wow, we're really... Video 1, Part 1, our business model and compensation overview. Part 2, compensation for coaching clients. Part 3 and 4, compensation for building teams of coaches. Okay. No videos linked yet, but Trilivy, I'm sure you'll get on that soon so I can cover it, or somebody else can cover it. Compensation for team building, business coach compensation, business leader compensation. Career path of the compensation plan, senior coach, executive director, and teams of executive directors. So remember the whole core rank thing? I think that's essentially what this is. They have an entire slide. An entire slide that says the quiet part out loud. The power in the compensation plan is in duplication and leverage. Leverage is another term that people in MLMs and these MLM companies in general like to use for recruiting. The power in the compensation plan is in duplication / recruiting. I love this for us because we already know. I feel like a new CEO would be the bare minimum. Yeah. They used the Optavia comp plan. I bet they did. I moved and life has been hemming me up and taking my lunch money. Well, I'm glad that you're here and I hope the move went well, and yeah, just happy you guys are here. And by the way, if you haven't already, if you would like the stream, that would be amazing. We have currently 110 people on and only 54 likes. So make sure you're liked and make sure you like and that you're subscribed, please and thank you. Okay, compounding effect in our model. You invest 10 hours a week in your business is open 10 hours a week. Now, here's the thing. If it were really their business, don't you think that the Optavia reps, the Trilivy reps, would be the ones making the decisions on the company name, on the company products, on the rebrand as a whole? They would be the one making the decisions if they were actual business owners. But no, they're just going along with Dr. A, and everybody else is like, hey, we're rebranding. This is very exciting. Metabolic reset, blah, blah, blah. They're not business owners. They're contracted salespeople, as I've talked about so many times on my channel and will continue to. You sponsor 10 coaches on your team. Your business is open 110 hours a week. Tell me that you're telling on yourself without telling me. Oh. You invest 10 hours a week in your business is open 10 hours a week. You recruit 10 people onto your team. Your business is now is now open 110 hours a week. You sponsor 100 coaches. Do you see where we're going? God, I love this for us. Also, Trilivy, thank you for posting all of this publicly so that I could easily just download everything. Really appreciate it. Oh, God. You sponsor 1,000 coaches on your team. Your business is open 10,010 hours a week. Yeah, okay. Part 3, compensation for sponsoring. Now, this is interesting because didn't people in Optavia say that they didn't get paid for recruiting? Why does this say compensation for sponsoring and mentoring coaches? Now, that's interesting. That's very interesting, right? I can't remember who it was. I can see her face, but I can't remember who it was. It'll come to me. Income earned on revenues generated by non-executive director teams. An accelerator assist bonus, team builder bonus, executive director rank advancement bonus. Ranks and requirements. Apprentice coach, which I think is one of the new ranks they added. Fewer than 1,500 frontline qualifying volume and less than 5 ordering entities. Senior coach, more than 1,500 frontline qualifying volume and 5 or more ordering entities. Executive director, at least 4,500 in frontline qualifying volume and at least 6,000 in group qualifying volume. Now, I was talking about the members with this yesterday, and when I see 4,500 frontline and 6,000 in group volume, those numbers seemed really, really low to me. Obviously, I only have Prove It and any of the other companies that I've looked at their compensation plans to compare this to, but I really feel like those numbers are low. And when I was chatting with the members, I was like, I think that's like rank 3 in Prove It. Granted, Prove It, when I was a part of it in the height of success in that company and what Prove It looks like now, which I love for Brian Underwood. I love that for him. I hope he's having a terrible time. Yeah, I love that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that was like rank 3 volume, which isn't a whole lot. So when I see 4,500 and 6K, and I'm referencing when I was in MLM, I'm like, that is a really low number. On the other side of things, the amount of time and energy it takes to get a customer and or recruit somebody into the company, a lot of that is unpaid labor. You're putting up social media content, and unless your social media platform is monetized, you're working for free. You're advertising for the company for free. You're hoping somebody sees it and, you know, they're like, oh, this is great. Let me message this person or whatever, which doesn't happen very often. And especially now in 2026, when we have all the information and all the people that have shared what it's actually like to be a part of these companies, speaking out and sharing information, it's even harder now to build in multi-level marketing than it was. So the amount of work it took back then to sell to a customer and to recruit somebody into an MLM and what that labor, unpaid labor looks like now, I think would be night and day. But again, that's just my opinion. So these are the ranks. Okay, so the accelerator assist bonus, a matching bonus equaling your new coach's earned coach accelerator bonus. So a new coach's cumulative client acquisition within their first 3 months. So this sounds like a fast start bonus. So you get 5 clients. You and your coach get bonuses. So this is the gray area that I mentioned from the Optavia comp plan. So you and your upline get a bonus. And so to me, it's like that feels like it's tap dancing on the team / recruiting bonuses and also tap dancing or straddling the line, if you will, of customer bonuses, because you have to get clients to do it, but then your upline also gets paid off of it. You see what I'm saying? That's why I feel like this bonus in particular is in the gray area. Yeah. But isn't your business open every time your client is choking down your delicious caulk? Your clients need emotional support. Oh, man. Accelerator assist bonus. Oh, hi, fast start. Wondered where you were. Exactly. So lots of pressure to the new coaches. So you also get the bonus, that part. Yep. Team Builder monthly bonus. At senior coach, earn 3% on the group GCV something volume. I can't think of what that is right now, but group volume on any non-executive director team. At executive director, earn 4% on the GCV, which is the group total volume, I believe, of any non-executive director team. Example of senior coach. Example of executive director. Do y'all notice the shape? It's almost like, you know what I mean? Almost like it's, okay. Executive director rank bonus. You hit executive director and advancement bonuses are earned after 3 months qualifying at the rank. Now, we have talked about this before on my channel. We're going to talk about it again. The maintaining of these ranks in MLMs is so difficult. And while this $2,000 bonus is like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. I just have to have 4,500 in frontline qualifying volume and at least 6,000 in group volume. Oh, okay. Yeah. You have to maintain it for 3 months. Listen, I would love to know what rank before this goes into effect with Trilivy, which I believe is August 1st. I would love to know what rank Doug and Tia Wood were at prior to this. I would love to know what Kevin and Becca Tinter, what their rank was before all of this. I would love to know all of their ranks. Angela Wood, Angela Hall, excuse me. I would love to know what everybody's rank was, because I bet where they're currently at and where they were at, let's say a year ago, 2 years ago, I bet they're not maintaining those ranks. So, they've got to throw this out there. They've got to make it sound exciting, but you have to do it for 3 months, which is one thing we know about multi-level marketing. And if we're talking about Trilivy, which used to be Optavia, and we're talking about the food, we know that that's not sustainable, but we also know that their comp plans are not sustainable either. Key takeaways. Love this. 3 ways to earn. A sponsoring coach can earn up to $3,500 in additional bonuses for helping a new coach in their first 3 months. New team builder monthly bonus paid at 3% for senior coaches and 4% for executive directors on the group qualifying volume of each non-executive director team. Executive directors must have a minimum. We've already covered that. And then there's a rank advancement bonus for hitting ED and maintaining it, ED, good God, for 3 months. Okay. Part 4, compensation for developing and leading executive director teams. So these are all just compensation for people advancing to executive director and beyond. But because Optavia and now Trilivy don't have on their compensate or on their income disclosure statement the amount of income by rank and the number of people that were in the company, I think they're very intentional with not including that, because they had like 3,000 people at their last convention, which was this past weekend, I believe, whereas they used to fill stadiums even 4 years ago. They don't have it listed by the rank and the amount of people that are at that rank. So we can't look at the percentage of people at that rank. They make it sound like executive director is something that anybody can do. And they present it that way. Oh, anybody can do it. It just takes hard work, diligence, and, grit. Okay, please. I would venture to say there's probably not a lot of people that have hit this rank. That's just my opinion. Because we can't verify that. So here are the upper echelon of ranks in this company, if you will. And it is based on the amount of executive director teams that you have. Notice here, global director has to have 5 or 6 executive director teams wide. So this is the rank that Doug was like, I'll give you $10,000. I'll give you $10,000 if you beat me to global director. You mean to tell me after how many years in Optavia, Doug and Tia You're not global director? Well, what rank are you? I would love to know. Then you get bigger generation bonuses off of people moving up in the company, if you will. What ED... I cannot believe they put this on a slide. What ED duplication looks like. These are examples of income. How many people in the company, when it was Optavia, made this income? And what rank were they? I just have so many questions. We're almost done with this comp plan. Business leader rank advancement bonuses. They're earned after 3 months of qualifying at that rank. So it's not just hitting it, it's maintaining the rank for 3 months, which so many people are not going to do. Oh, key takeaways. 2 ways to earn. Generation bonus percentages pay up to 6 generations. Rank advancement bonuses tie to 3-month qualifications. My God. Oh my God, that's funny. That's funnier. The "you're a top" comment, and seriously, I couldn't unhear it. So they're trying to make it a circle scheme, indeed. So that is the comp plan. That is the comp plan in Optavia and in Trilivy. But I mean, guys, when I tell you I have so much, I mean, let me just show you. This is one of the reasons that I was like, I don't know where to even go with this. Like, look at this. I have their whole coach hub where it's talking about how they launched their business. I have their I have everything. What do we want to look at? I have their whole toolbox that has all of these videos listed. I have the leadership videos. I have the pilot program videos. Do you see here? Like, I have this is all publicly available information. I don't think they meant to make this public. Kristen Glass is the name of that woman that was like, we don't get paid off of recruiting. We want to see everything. Oh my God. Right. Yeah. So the thing that I find interesting about this is they have a clinical, what the world? Okay. They have I think I was already looking at this. Give me just 1 second. Sorry. They have a clinical studies overview. Why not just link the study? Why not just link the study that we already looked at? Oh, because in my opinion, it's skewed. I have the price index sheet. I have all of this downloaded. So these are all the compensation volume that you get off of the different kits. Look at this. The 5-in-1, you get 380 compensation volume, which I think is where you get the percentage payout. So if it's 380 and you're at one of the first ranks, I think it was like 15%. I could be wrong. But then they have qualifying volume, 355. It has the different kits. And the active plan has like EAAs and probably protein powder, I would imagine. So I have all of the points on all of the products. This is not information that I feel like they meant to show the world, although it is publicly available information. What do we want to look at? Product claim sheet. So this is for allergies. Okay, I mean, cool. The reset guide. This is the first 34 pages. Listen to this. In a clinical study, individuals on the Trilivy reset plans experienced a reduction of 14% visceral fat and 97 to 98% of lean mass was retained at 16 weeks. This is the same study that we already looked at, but the study didn't cover Trilivy reset plans. It covered Medifast and Optavia. So again, is this a new company or is it just a rebrand? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I already have everything downloaded, Jenna. We're just website scrolling. I'm just showing you everything. Yeah, the price of the kits, insane. Let's look at the 5-in-1 because I see a question. Hey, has the 5-in-1 changed? I don't think they can say, okay, here's my question. Because I don't know how this works. I would imagine if the study was done on Optavia and somebody being put into a calorie deficit and them self-reporting and self-monitoring, if you will, in addition to being on Medifast, I don't think you can just say, oh, now it's Trilivy, right? Does that make sense? Because it was done on very specific things and now they've rebranded. Maybe I'm thinking about this incorrectly. Let me know in the comments. But them just saying, oh, well, this is now Trilivy. And so that study works over here too, unless they haven't made any changes to the 5-in-1. Do you see what I'm saying? You smell what I'm stepping in here? Okay. I want to know, and this is not something that I've looked into because I was very overwhelmed with all the information I was able to download and such. But I'd like to know more about what this MetaVantage technology is. A platform of proprietary ingredient formulas designed to optimize metabolism by unlocking key metabolic pathways. The MetaVantage, good God, reset formula further supports metabolic health by helping reduce waist circumference while also supporting normal fat metabolism and healthy insulin function. So it's fiber. It's a high fiber, high protein that you can get from food and it won't be processed like these. Phase 2, refine. Once you've reached a healthy weight, it's time to move from weight loss into a new phase of confidence and control. Continue to improve metabolic flexibility and refine your body composition with an optimal metabolic health plan that supports muscle health and improves overall well-being. That is a bunch of words that mean nothing. Phase 3, renew. Once you've reset your metabolism, what? And refined your body composition, something shifts. You're creating vitality with an optimal metabolic health framework that supports health span, the number of years you live in good health. I would rather lose weight eating real food. Facts. Right. What are we doing? What in the word salad is all of this? I get it. Rebranding doesn't mean the study just rolls over. Seems like another one should be done and updated with the new company rebrand. Blonde ambition, better said than what just came out of my mouth. So thank you. Yeah, reset it to what? Wild. Reset fuelings, nutrient-dense meal replacements designed to give your body the right balance of protein, fiber, and essential nutrients to enter a strong and targeted fat-burning state. I hardly call one of their 100-calorie pack fuelings a meal. That's not even a snack for a toddler. That's wild. I just want to see if there's information about the 5-in-1 to see if it's any different. Oh yeah, Trilivy and GLP-1 medications. You know, the interesting part about all of this is that these coaches that are in the top ranks or were, because I don't know what their ranks currently are, were the same ones that from the stage of previous conventions were villainizing the jab, as they disrespectfully refer to it as, which tells me everything that I need to know about them. And then some of them, like Tia Wood, were actually taking it quietly without telling their audience. But now, oh, wait a second, this can work with GLP-1 medications. What? Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Okay, getting started. This is your moment to reset your body's metabolism and build a foundation for health and wellness. During the reset phase, you'll follow one of 3 core plans that activate strong and targeted fat burn, fueling your body with 6 small purposeful meals every 2 to 3 hours. This next section provides helpful tips and resources for starting any of the reset plans. So this is the 5-in-1. Yeah, pick your fuelings and plan your lean and green meal for tomorrow. Yep. So to me, it doesn't look like anything has really changed when it comes to the 5-in-1. Okay, here's the reset plans. Oh, soccer. That's so fun. Okay, so here's the 5-in-1. Reset 5-in-1 plan provides a targeted reset of the body's metabolism by activating a strong and targeted fat burn, which improves body composition through reducing bad visceral fat. Bad. Why do they have that in there? Just reducing visceral fat, retaining lean mass, and protecting healthy muscle. The plan makes it simple with high-quality protein spaced evenly throughout the day to help you retain lean mass as you lose weight. Your goal isn't just a lower number on the scale. It's about improving body composition while creating energy. Energy comes from food. 800 to 1,000 calories a day is not going to cut it. On this plan, you'll eat 5 reset fuelings and 1 lean and green meal each day, giving your body the right balance of high-quality protein, carbs, and healthy fat to enter a strong and targeted fat burn. There's our answer. It's the same thing. However, I do need to look into this MetaVantage reset formula. And I think the only way that I can really do that is to compare the ingredients of like one fueling from what it looked like with Optavia and what it looks like with Trilivy, and then of course seeing if there's any other information on this MetaVantage. But this all looks the same to me. Anyways. Of course they're going to sprinkle in more. They're adding EAAs, which are essential amino acids, in addition to their fuelings, so that they can sell people more products rather than, I don't know, eating more food. Come on. Refer to the exercise recommendations sections of this guide for more information. I think the 4 and 2 is 4 fuelings and 2 lean and green meals. Yeah, lunch and dinner. Oh my God. If you opt not to have EAAs, you may choose Trilivy popcorn or a healthy whole food snack instead of one of these nutrient-dense food groups. Yeah, have a snack. Have a whole food snack instead of these fuelings. Anyways, I can't. I think I've reached my threshold with this. I feel like this was a pretty good deep dive. What do you guys think? Is this just a rebrand trying to get away from the stigma of Optavia? Are they doing things completely different, whether we're talking about the comp plan or the fuelings? And again, more to come on this MetaVantage situation, because I'm going to look into that. I'm so curious. I'm sure it's a proprietary blend of some kind, but more to come on that. But what are your thoughts? Does this look new? Does this look innovative? Does this look completely different than Optavia? Or are they just slapping a pretty new label on it and hoping people don't associate Optavia with Trilivy? Personally, I think that's exactly what they're trying to do. I think they're wanting to get away from being a part of Optavia, but they still want to use that clinical study And they're slapping that on the... Anyways, I think they're just trying to get away from being lumped in with Optavia. I think this company is in such a violent tailspin, not as violent as Prove It and some of the other companies, Monet, Mona, whatever. But I think that this company is on its way out. And I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I feel like this is their Hail Mary. And why do I think that? Look at the desperation from people like Doug and Tia Wood. He's offering $10,000 if you beat him to global by the next event or whatever. I don't know, man. So let me know what your thoughts are. You play so fair, Erin. Your research and passion to share truth made me subscribe. Thank you so much and welcome. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate that. Yeah, new lipstick, same pig. I agree. Personally, I don't see many differences other than a new name. Yeah. Do they have to rebuild from scratch or do they get to keep their downline from Optavia? I think they get to keep their downline from Optavia, but I think those downlines are dwindling for sure. There's just a study that came out that yo-yo dieting, legitimate, causes muscle loss. Stop the yo-yo. It's horrible for the body, heart, brain, and mental health. Yep, I agree. Work with a professional. Yeah, I'm just going to say that. Work with a professional. Yeah. Fuel your body properly. Manage your sleep. If you don't have a sleep hygiene routine, put one in place. Manage your stress levels. Move your body to the best of your ability. See your doctor. Get some lab work done. Get those checkups. Make sure everything is good. And eat real food. It's not glamorous. It's just what works. So anyways, thank you guys for being here on this very special Friday afternoon live stream. And I hope, Ava, if you see this, I hope you have had a great trip. I'm not going to say any more than that, but I hope you've had a great trip and I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome to the new members. And if you haven't already, if you would like and subscribe, that would be amazing. I do have some new affiliate links in the video description if you would like to check that out. And if you're looking for a trainer that uses evidence to coach you to success, to reach your goals in a food inclusive way, no extreme habits, erinbies.com. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go have a snack and it's going to be more than 100 calories. All right. Thanks for being here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody.